Hello everyone, Windows 7 Linux again, and as you can see now, a lot of what I do on my computer I don't record for YouTube for some reason. I have done much more than I've actually shown on YouTube. But what I haven't shown on YouTube is that I have played around with dual boots for a long time. A long time. At one point I've had a quad boot on my computer. But I've had a dual boot of Windows 7 for countless times because a lot of it I don't shoot and post on YouTube. I'm kind of lazy. I kind of just do it myself. But this time I have decided to wipe my C drive, reformat it, and install Windows 7 instead. It I took out Vista. I kind of hated it. But as you can see down here, this conversation is for another day. But I have removed the Windows 7 watermark, and I believe that I have removed the Windows 7 expiration data as well. I'm gonna have to wait until that day comes to see if it was actually removed, but I believe it was removed. I used timer nuke, but then again, that conversation is for another day. What I am here to show you though is the release candidate for Mandriva 2010 edition. This is release candidate 2 actually. I have running inside a virtual machine. The desktop effects would look utterly amazing right now if I were to be using the live CD, but I can't get the high quality screen recording on the live CD. But this uses the latest version of KDE 4.3.2 and the latest version of the Linux kernel, which is version 2.6.31.4, I believe. And just to give you an idea, let's open System Monitor to show you how much RAM is being used. 191 megabytes are being used by Mandriva, and I'm using 900 megabytes to run Windows 7, and I think OS 10 uses about 500 megabytes, so this is utterly small. And again, if this was the live CD, I would have desktop effects enabled because it would see my NVIDIA drivers, and those desktop effects will be utterly amazing. The desktop effects on KDE's KWin are incredible. They're equal to or greater than that of OS 10 and Windows, easily greater than or equal to, easily. Also what I could do, also what I showed you, well, what you can see for yourself is that I have the Windows taskbar moved up here. That is because I'm going to switch to seamless mode. If I could get that to work. Yes, switch. And here we go. I have the Mandriva taskbar, well, the KDE taskbar down here, and the Windows taskbar up here. So let's say I want to launch Firefox for Windows 7. Let's say about Firefox so you can see. Close that. And Firefox for KDE. You get a lot of screen tearing in VirtualBox. That is not Mandriva's fault. If this was the live CD or an actual dual boot installation, you'll never see screen tearing such as this with the mouse. It runs flawlessly. That is VirtualBox's fault. Because the thing about virtual machines is that they always favor the host computer. They never devote more processing power to the guest, no matter how high you set the virtual machine settings. Okay. Now, let's put them next to each other. You can see right here, it says they're both the same version of Firefox, 3.5.3. Says down here about Windows, and it says here license to Linux. They are not the same. Also, another cool thing is that I can open console, which is the Linux version of the familiar command prompt for Windows. Again, there's a lot of screen tearing, but the actual release doesn't have that. That's the virtual machine's fault. Just a reminder. Let's launch a program. Well, not with Windows, for Linux. Let's say I want to launch Dolphin. Dolphin is the Linux version of Windows Explorer. And here it is. I could have very easily launched it from here, but I just, by doing the same thing. But I just want to show you because it looks a little cool when you launch a program from terminal. This is the Linux version of Windows Explorer. As you can see right here, you can search for files, even though I don't have anything here. There will be music if I had any on my virtual machine. There will be pictures if I had any. And basically this is where everything will go. I could go up and see guest or mine. And that's basically it. I can configure some settings for here. And basically any program that runs on Linux will run here, coexisting with Windows 7. So let's switch back. There we go. I definitely recommend Mandriva 2010 edition, the RC2. Even if you're scared of betas or release candidates, don't be. This one is basically exactly the same as the actual version will be, and I've tried the live CD and it just blows your mind on how quickly it runs. I think it might run a little better than Windows 7. The only reason why I have Windows 7 installed over Mandriva 2010 edition is program compatibility, and I kinda don't like Wine. But if Wine worked as good as they say it does, I would definitely install Mandriva over this. Okay, that's about it. That's all the time that I have right now. Windows 7 Linux. Saying thanks. Please rate, please subscribe. Bye.